There we go. This is Moshe coming to you from Israel in the Galilee. So we got some news. It appears that the Houthis in the Red Sea grabbed or captured a French maritime vessel. They made distress calls, and the rumors are the Americans did not respond. Why, I don't know. Is that true that they made a good distress call and the Americans didn't come? Maybe the Americans were 200 miles away. I have no idea yet. But this is still, the story is still starting to come out. I don't think we'll have the details till tomorrow accurately. Iran had some kind of a horrific explosion. It was 2 to 4 remotely detonated bombs. And there was over 100 dead and like 170 wounded. Amazingly high numbers. And a lot of the people were killed by trampling because it started a panic. They're blaming Israel, but in a soft way. They know Israel didn't do this. Israel doesn't do things like this. The latter releases I heard coming out of Iran was they came to the conclusion it was a domestic terrorist attack from inside Iran. So everybody's saying they're blaming Israel. There's going to be a world war. No, they know where it came from. Israel doesn't work that way. That's sloppy, crude, crass work that Israel doesn't do. So they're gonna hunt down whoever did it if they can find them. Who knows what Iran's gonna do? Iran a bunch of nutcases. The Supreme Court in Israel came out with a decision today that is extremely important, and it shows that they are planning on getting rid of Netanyahu. They didn't strike down another one of his judicial reform laws. Instead, they were very clever. They postponed its enactment until October 27th in the year 2026. So you ain't never going to see that law go in effect. Okay, that's the law that says the prime minister could only be removed with a 75% vote from the Knesset, and it has to be solely based on health reasons. So I've told you many times that means he could commit corruption, graft, bribery, murder, rape, arson, extortion, blackmail. What did I leave out? And not be removed from office. So, of course, the law is a joke, And he was corrupting the judicial system to keep himself from suffering the consequences of the 3 active trial and process criminal cases right now. So instead of striking it down, they postponed it when he would no longer be in office, apparently was their thought. So that means since they struck down the reasonableness law and now this, they're going after him. He made a deal with them that he wouldn't influence the judicial system, so they let him run for prime minister, and then he did practically nothing but mess with the judicial system to keep himself out of jail. So I have a feeling we're going to see him get removed pretty soon. Pretty soon. And, he is a curse. And I think they're aware, as well as other people in the government, that this buffoon called Netanyahu would destroy the country of Israel to stay out of jail. If there's no government, no infrastructure, no nothing, how is he going to go to jail? What jail? So he's been delaying or postponing these things by keeping us in a dragged-out war in Gaza, and now he's accelerating it in Lebanon, and their retort from the court to that was today, another step towards his removal. The sooner the better. The replacement is likely going to be Benny Gantz, and don't expect any good stuff from that guy, or Yair Lapid or any of them. They're S-spots like him, and that's it. It's like churches; they're all teaching false doctrines, pick the false doctrine church if you're choosing. You know, they don't care. Satan doesn't care which church you pick. So it doesn't matter which of his people you vote in office, he's still going to have the unclean spirits calling the shots. That's why you have Ezekiel 34. That's why the 2/3 get cut off in Zechariah 13, verses 8 and 9. Because they're that sick and that bad and that hateful and spiteful and covetous and jealous and, so they're not going to be around long. The Lord will take care of that. From what I could tell, Nasrallah started doing his speech. I don't know the end of his speech, but what I heard, it wasn't talking about the part. I mean, it may still be going on, and it may take a little while till we get the whole gist, but it wasn't, oh, we're going to blow Israel off the map. It wasn't anything like that. The more serious thing right now is the Houthis. Not that they're such a big threat to Israel. They're a big threat to putting pressure on the world, which could put pressure on Israel. But they're also putting a lot of pressure on America, but that pressure is, in the eyes of some people, not all of them, because America's backing Israel. But when you dig deep into their theology and doctrines of the radical Islamic terrorists, it's this first the Saturday people, then the Sunday people. Israel's the little Satan, America's the big Satan. So if people think if America doesn't back Israel, they're going to be left alone, it's foolish thinking. The snare is being worked by China, which is not a Muslim country. It's being worked by North Korea, which is more than anything an atheist country, similar to China. It's being worked by Mexico, which is a Catholic country. Venezuela, which is a Catholic country. Cuba, which is, I think, I don't know, Catholic or atheist. And Russia's not an Islamic country. And Belarus, which is not an Islamic country. So it's, they're the ones behind it. The fighting back and forth between Israel and Lebanon up by the border is still at a higher level than it was, a week or 10 days ago or something like that. But it's not, well, we're hitting them quite heavy. Netanyahu's looking for escalation. But the Supreme Court's not buying into, oh, there's a war, we can't get rid of you, Netanyahu. They realize if they don't get rid of Netanyahu, what's going to happen is going to be a lot worse than getting rid of him. And that looks like his days are over. But don't think it's going to change things. Really, don't. Things will be different, but, overall they're not going to be better. They'll just be a little different. And it'll get the hopes up for the people, oh, it's going to be good now. And it's not. Gantz has a skill set that Netanyahu doesn't have, being a lifetime general and a brief minister of defense. He's not so much a politician as he is a soldier. He could have the ability to make Biden happy and Israel happy at the same time by going in there and mopping up this mess in Gaza rather rapidly. He's capable of being able to work that out. Okay? And what about a war with Lebanon? Well, he probably would have the brains to taper down the situation with Lebanon, but I don't know. And Lebanon might not let it taper down. I don't know. American bases keep getting attacked. They don't do much about anything. What else is going on that's significant? There's all kinds of talk on American mainstream television about Biden and the immigrant or the migrant crisis or the asylum seeker crisis or the Trojan horses or the, sleeper agents, or there's all different names for it. and how bad it is, and it's just all over, like CNN and Fox and stuff like that. So it's pretty serious, and that's probably part of their plan to push the snare where you have ruler against ruler, and it's working. I covered that this morning in the broadcast. So basically, I don't think I'm missing too much else. There's that annoying thing of the Iranian warship in the Red Sea, which could have been why the Americans didn't respond, because the Houthis could have been in range or close to that Iranian warship, who may have come to their rescue against the Americans, and that might have started a naval battle resulting in a larger war, which I think Biden would like, but for some reason I think he's got a timing problem right now. Don't know why he has a timing problem. It's probably something to do with politics in the Congress, but I don't know. That's about what I got now, and we'll keep you all posted, and I send my shalom to all those who love Yeshua HaMashiach, and Moshe's out.